Good morning, Derek, and everyone. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Anthony. Oh, there's Hags. Thanks for the reach out, Haggy. My guy. JW and Shroom Digger. Every time I see that name, I want to go foraging. Thank you, Mushmouth, I do. It was a one-day event, self-caused. Michael Velli must be in Kentucky. Must love. They're actually very clean because we just moved in and it was all clean. But I just wasn't used to it. I hadn't turned the heater on for a night the whole time I've been here. And I woke up, the whole house was stuffy, and I was stuffier. Yeah. So what I thought was going to be was a migraine was probably actually a sinus headache. And it was bad. And it lasted till about 3 or 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yeah, no, Derek, my filters are great. We actually had them all brand new when I moved in June. And I haven't used the system at all. Yeah. I hadn't really used my system. I heated randomly for an hour or two here or there, but nothing like I left it on overnight. I woke up, the house must have been 80 degrees, 82, 84 degrees, and I was completely stuffy from breathing that all night. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you guys all this morning. Feeling much better, Greenie. Feeling much better. A massive headache yesterday. I think at the end of the day it was actually self-induced. I think my headache yesterday was self-induced. I think it was just leaving my heater on overnight. At least that's what I'm thinking. It really wasn't a migraine. It was more of something I've really not had. Sinus headache, they called it. Looking it up yesterday, all wiped out. Year and 4 months clean. Marky Z. Congratulations. Good morning to Oreo here. Very quickly. I'm not going to release anybody's name here. Just desiring to keep everybody's anonymity and pride intact. But Oreo is working directly with one of our really productive, strong team members. Somebody that means a lot to all of us. Oreo is working to help that person. I have probably, due to the government shutdown, and I'm not pro. So Oreo, if any of you guys are feeling an extra 5 or a 10 somewhere, you found it in the cushions or I don't know. Reach out to Oreo and she'll tell you what's going on. Okay? So if you're feeling the donation kindness, reach out to Oreo. She's helping a situation with one of us. Okay? I wish I could do more. I've done a little. I wish I could do more. But I'm like, boy, is there an onslaught right now of people that are, the government shutdown's killing them. It's killing them. Even if you own a little liquor store, you're getting killed. or a small mom and pop supermarket, because people aren't going in to buy anything now. Now they're going to have employees that they're going to probably have to lay off because there's no one coming in to buy anything. It's going on and on. AC3, I'm the furthest thing from a racist that you can imagine. I'm not a racist. So we took that, we have monitors here. We'll delete questions like that. I'm not a racist or a racist. The furthest thing from it. Yep. We teach goodness and kindness here. Okay. So that's all. I'm not going to pile on the guy. But reach out to Oreo if you've got a kindness bug going on. We have a incredibly honest situation that could use some help. Yeah, and right now I'm like I said, I've never seen it like this before. I've been getting like tons of emails looking for what can I do, and Mark Zamaron, you need to ask Oreo. Oreo will clear it up for you. I'm being very vague on purpose, but there's a need in the crew. Okay? I'm being very vague, and I'm going to let one person be the point person. And I can tell you, she's got the biggest heart you can imagine. This person. I might as well say it's a girl, lady. Huge heart. And her motives are so pure. I gotta tell you. You guys would all wish you had a friend like her. We could all use an Oreo in our pocket. But don't sit down and crunch it, okay? So, Corey, 66. Don't delete him, you guys. Don't delete him. Don't delete him. Leave him there. Let's see what else he has to say. Let's just see what people say. Don't delete him. Don't block him. Let's see what this gentleman has to say. Just first time he's ever seen my face, he calls me a gay old man. Corey, stick around long enough, you'll find out I don't take that personal. Okay? I won't take that personal. That's what we learn. It's one of the things we study here together, we practice. Not taking comments like that personal. Okay? There we go. And we'll use you as an example. Just not you, because I don't know you from Adam. Okay? I don't know you from Adam. But, so I'm not taking it you, but we'll use that comment as an example. Right? Those are the kind of things we normally delete and move on. But we're going to just practice with that one. And you get to live with it. You get to figure out why in the world would I send something like that? Why in the world would I just choose out of nowhere? Take the time to actually push buttons and say that to this gentleman. And when you answer that, you're going to start growing in awareness. Okay, enough about that. Let's move on. Thank you guys for all your well wishes yesterday. I had a real bad headache. Okay, I had a super bad headache, and I just couldn't perform. My best was to go lay down. Thank you, Mello. Thank you. But my best yesterday, you know, you're supposed to do your best every day. My best yesterday, boop, hit the old let them comment to each other's screen and lay on down. And we got it cleaned up. It was cleared up, my head, the pain in my head. 3, 4 o'clock, and it gave me a chance to still get stuff done in the evening. Yeah. Weird factoid, though. You want to hear this fact? I'm guilty of this, by the way. Guilty as charged. Rando facto. I know, Derek, what's the neat thing. I don't have to be here for you guys to gather. I just wish we did a little bit better on the video end. By the way, we don't have a guest host today because we never really ironed it out on Monday, and I wasn't here Tuesday. So we don't really have a guest host for today. But I have to be honest with you too. I didn't feel the momentum towards doing that. We were trying to pull people towards it. I didn't hear a whole, and this isn't a judgment at all. It's just an observation. It seemed more like, you'll watch other people, but hey, I'm still in bed. I don't want to have to comb my hair. No. We were pulling more people to it than almost forcing them. And it should be more of a voluntary thing. So, in terms of volunteering, if anybody wants to volunteer for next Wednesday, look me up and we'll figure it out. Okay? Email me and I'll hear from you, and you'll tell me this. I really would like to do, giving me a half hour, and I have something, I'd really like to get across, and we'll line you up. Sound good? Give me 5 people that like that. Instead of forcing somebody, give me 5 people that say, Pops, that's a good way to go. Wait, have them email you and tell you what they prefer what their agenda would be. Okay? So I'm wide open. Good. I'm glad you guys agree. I'm wide open for anybody that needs a platform. We'd like to make it Wednesdays just to stay consistent with the program. But if Wednesday doesn't work and you need to do a platform on Tuesday, anyways, you just email me. And we can offer you half-hour slots. Okay? All right. People who... Oh, that's nice, Aaron. That's nice. Excuse me. People who sleep for 5 hours or less on an average weeknight were 28% more likely to catch a cold and 82% more likely to report having the flu, pneumonia, or an ear infection, compared with those who slept 7 to 8 hours on weeknights. Good morning, Cleanie. That's a huge difference, and I only sleep about 5. No wonder I'm always getting a cold. I'm a 5-hour guy. I don't even know how to do 7 to 8. How do I do it? Can you imagine the difference in our health? Especially a guy like me who's like, this last year I've caught every cold that went by. I've been doing a good job of catching. Huh. Some are 4 to 5, and you're always sick. There you go. We gotta get more sleep, girl. We gotta get more sleep. Green Killer says, just drink some tea. Derek says, I'm lucky to get 5. Yeah, you know what? I think we underrate sleep to our overall wellness, don't we? Especially if you're anxious or not, not feeling right. Toss and turn. Lately, I've been having weird dreams. I wake up and they're about people that I know and involved with in some way. And I'm always like at odds with the person in my dreams. It's been weird. So the last maybe 3 weeks, I'm like, please wake up. Please make sure this is a dream. I don't want this to really be happening. I was having a shootout with somebody, diving behind cars and stuff. It's like, ching, there went a bullet. But then you never remember them very well. Oreo, you too? What's up with our dream cycle? Got the psychedelic, the Tricycle newsletter today. Tricycle Day newsletter. A couple really great articles in here. Let me highlight a couple of things that I found in the article. A couple of the articles I read this morning. I haven't completed the newsletter yet. But how about this? You need to make an extra $15? Give me 5 people that wouldn't mind a gift card for $15. Takes about 2 weeks to get it after you perform the task. They're going to send you $15. What? That sounds interesting. That's a pizza. Huh? Send it to Jesus. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, my good friend. No. This is the University of Texas at Austin. University of Texas at Austin. Okay? The title of the project is a survey of the impact of psychedelics on creative problem solving. Okay? It's being investigated by a Dr. Doss, an assistant professor at the University of Texas at Austin. Wait for it. You and me are invited to be part of a research study. Your participation is voluntary, and it's totally up to you to decide whether you want to participate. Even if you decide to be part of the study now, you may change your mind and stop at any time. If you agree to take part in this study, you will be asked to complete a one-time online survey. That's it. Got to fill out a survey online. Send it to them. Let me finish. A one-time online survey that includes a combination of multiple choice and open-ended questions on how a past psychedelic experience led to a creative insight related to your work, primary profession, secondary profession, or hobby. The survey will include questions about your demographic background, for example, your age, gender, work history, medical and psychiatric conditions, history of psychedelic and other substance use, and your reflection of the specific psychedelic experience that led to your most significant psychedelic-induced creative insight. We ask you to explain your most significant psychedelic-induced creative insight and how it may have applied to your work or your hobby. We also inquire about general psychedelic use and how it may impact your ability to think creatively and solve problems. Okay? That's it. That's the survey. We expect that this survey will take about 30 to 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. Sit down, boom, 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 boom. Compensation. You will, no, Kim, it's a survey from the University of Texas at Austin. He's not selling it. And well, it depends. I doubt that they're asking for a whole lot of personal information. They just want your demographic. Okay, I don't know. I haven't seen the actual form. You will receive a $15 electronic gift card or a virtual Visa card via Giftogram. Boy, that's too close. If I was the company, I don't want it. I don't want a company named Giftogram. You know how easy it is to start calling it Griftogram? Who approved that one? Who said, yeah, let's go with Giftogram? Okay, no. It's so close to Griftogram. It sounds pretty scammy, Lynette. Wait a minute. If I'm on the board of directors, I'm saying no. That's a hard no. Okay? Or gift a gram? You get a whole gram? Gift a gram. This thing's getting, whoa. I don't know. Giftogram. No, we don't gram anything anymore. That's Telegram. We're so far past grams. It should be like gift.com. Something like that. Anyways, you get a card, a virtual Visa card. I'll pick that one, please. You keep the Giftogram as compensation for completing the survey. Please note that compensation is contingent upon full completion of the survey. Participants who do not complete the survey in its entirety will not be eligible for compensation. In addition, the survey responses undergo quality assurance checks prior to distribution of payment. So if they're smelling a rat, you're like, yeah, you just filled this out for a 15 spot, they're gonna say no. Okay, you gotta be honest. Okay? Jimmy, Pops already does Giftogram. Pops does gift a 5 gram. Oh gosh. You're right, Pops already has. I have that one. That's me. As compensation is issued in bulk and processed through Giftogram, it may take up to 2 weeks following survey completion to receive your payment. If you do not receive your payment within 2 weeks, they give you a contact number. University of Texas at Austin, they want to give you $15. Griftogram. Yeah. I'm looking out for a different name, fellas. Okay? Okay, Pops. Stop picking on people. This is huge. We have some people here. Right here. Can we hit the like button a little bit? 50 people, 32 likes. Notice I haven't been asking for the like button lately because I'm self-conscious now. I'm taking myself personal. Okay? We have some friends here, some crew members that experience pain, chronic pain. Chronic heat. I have a really good friend that She knows who she is. It's chronic. And I personally can't relate because I haven't had that kind of situation. The only way I can relate is recently I strained my back, bending over and picking up some tubs, right? And I was like, oh God, oh. I walked around for about 3 or 4 hours with the uhs. And I was like, gosh, I hope this goes away. And then I sat down and I stretched and I took a hot shower, and it did. It went away. But if I had to walk around with that, then I could relate to what some of you are going through. I'm sorry I can't relate more. But yeah, I had my back, and it was just like, and that's not even necessarily the chronic pain some of these people are feeling. Clinic study demonstrates safety, effectiveness of ketamine for chronic pain. Low-dose infusions show significant improvement for patients in one of the largest studies of its kind. Low-dose ketamine infusions are both safe and significantly effective for patients with chronic pain, according to one of the largest real-world studies of its kind published today in Regional Anesthesia and Pain Medicine. Led by researchers at Cleveland Clinic's Neurological and Primary Care Institutes. Now that's some high-level stuff. Cleveland Clinic is all over pain management and pain medications. It's one of their focuses, laser focus. The study analyzed data from over 1,000 patients, providing crucial evidence for this emerging treatment approach. We know millions of Americans are suffering from chronic pain, and this research addresses critical gaps in pain management and shows a significant step forward in improving care for those patients who have otherwise exhausted all other treatment methods, said the medical director of comprehensive pain recovery in Cleveland Clinic's Neurological Institute. The findings of the research represent a meaningful step toward improved quality of life and may accelerate the treatment options for patients all over the country. The retrospective study followed 1,034 patients through a standardized ketamine infusion protocol. They would receive 0.5 milligrams over 40 minutes for 5 consecutive days. It demonstrated, wait for this, it demonstrated an 86.1% adherence rate, underscoring the feasibility of outpatient administration. You go in, you get your shot, 5 days in a row. The outpatient ketamine protocol demonstrated strong feasibility with over 90% of the patients completing all 5 treatment days. So these people were serious. They came back and they got their doses. The outcomes were measured by using the National Institute of Health's PROMIS tool, which assesses physical, mental, and social health. Patients reported notable improvements in pain symptoms and quality of life. The ketamine protocol delivered within a comprehensive clinical pain program, have a great day, nerdy, helped 20% to 46% of patients achieve meaningful improvement in their daily functioning, sleep, and pain management. Additionally, 80% of the patients returned for repeat infusions, demonstrating sustained benefit and patient treatment satisfaction. They went back for another round of it. Says that helped so much. Can we do that again? 80%. This study provides evidence for ketamine's role in chronic pain management, said Hallie Tanaka, PhD, a clinical pain psychologist in Cleveland Clinic's Primary Care Institute, and the co-investigator of the study. This is in line with my clinical experience as a pain psychologist, as patients often describe ketamine infusions as life-changing. I'm encouraged by treatments that can be integrated into comprehensive care approaches. And this study demonstrates ketamine can be safely and effectively implemented in pain management settings. Patients were followed for over 6 months, providing long-term evidence of sustained benefits. Data showed improvements in pain interference, depression, and physical function lasting up to 6 months, with nearly half of the patients showing clinically meaningful improvement in pain-related anxiety. The research demonstrated that low-dose ketamine was safe with minimal side effects. Hallucinations, the most reported side effect, were rare. No serious adverse events were reported across the entire cohort. Not one. Key advantages of low-dose ketamine include low tolerance risk, feasibility of outpatient administration, and no requirement for anesthesia. According to the study's authors, this research highlights the importance of integrating ketamine therapy within a comprehensive pain program, combining infusions with behavioral therapies and patient education. The findings lay the groundwork for larger controlled trials and adoption in multidisciplinary pain centers. This study offers hope for those living with chronic pain who have not responded to conventional treatments. Chronic pain people, be looking into that. Sounds awesome. I'm sure there will be individual opinions, and maybe even some of you have tried it. But just when the Cleveland Clinic is getting behind something that big, and now they're going to enlarge the trial, that's a blue seal of approval. Okay? Mushrooms are a huge help. Huge. We have one friend here who really experiences a lot of chronic pain, and it seems like the only thing that really helps them is mushrooms. And she's been going the whole gamut for years and years and years to find out come up with the way to manage the pain. They become so debilitating, it's hard to get out, want to go do anything, let alone be actively employed. Tough. It's real tough. Okay. I want to tell you guys this one. This is something we don't think about. We don't think about this. It's interesting what I'm going to tell you here. Nature's medicine. Let this be our daily reminder that psilocybin isn't just the scientific word for mushrooms. It's the name for one molecule. It's the name for one molecule. It's not the name of the mushroom. If you say psilocybin mushroom, you mean that this mushroom has psilocybin in it. But it's not a psilocybin mushroom. It's kind of a misnomer that we use out there. It's the name of one molecule present in some mushrooms that produces a psychedelic effect in humans. So when someone claims they ate 3 grams of psilocybin, you can hit them with a, really? The reason we bring this up is because we're finally getting the first FDA-approved clinical trial of whole cubensis, psilocybe cubensis mushrooms rather than isolated or synthetic psilocybin. Wait a minute. So what we're hearing is these tests that we talk about here and surveys and clinical trials and all, those are coming from a synthetic or an extracted psilocybin molecule. You're not eating the whole fruit in these tests. Big difference. There is a big difference. When we say a 3-gram mushroom, we're not talking I'm taking 3 grams of psilocybin. Okay? We don't even know how many grams the molecules measure out to. So it's complete. That's exactly what it is. Paranoid, wait for it. You just hit the entourage effect. Wait for it. Entourage means a bunch of things come together, right? The reason we bring this up, okay, in April we told you the FDA cleared Arizona's $5 million plan. Now, with the help of research company Alira Health, the Scottsdale Research Institute is ready to start dosing patients by December. Here's what's happening. No placebo group. The FDA and IRB agreed it would be unethical to randomize severe PTSD patients at risk for suicide to a placebo. We don't want them getting in the group and thinking they're going to get something that could be helpful, and we're really giving them the sugar pill. Sorry. Sorry about that. We know you're the worst off of the group, but you're getting the sugar pill. I kind of like that idea. No placebo group. This first group's going to start out with 24 participants. In another first, the FDA approved administering the medicine in groups. 8 firefighters, 8 police officers, and 8 military vets. Now you can imagine that this is a group, all 3 of those, that are going to experience just in their daily jobs a high degree of PTSD. Correct? So we're getting people that are volunteering, 8 firefighters, 8 policemen, and 8 vets. Sign me up. They will be getting 4.32 grams of mushrooms. That's the precise amount of a whole Jedi Mind F mushrooms, or equivalent to 30 milligrams of psilocybin. So in this 4.32, and I'm sure they've got it all calculated from the lab, they're giving you a 4.3 fruit And in that 4.3, you're really getting an active 30 milligrams of psilocybin. There are hundreds of people on the wait list, but strict phase 1 criteria disqualifies a lot of the applicants. Hundreds of people lining up. I want to be in the test. So why the fixation on whole mushrooms? First off, here goes with what Godey was talking about, the entourage. First off, psilocybin isn't the only compound at play when you're eating the fruit. The fungi include alkaloids and tryptamines that researchers believe work together synergistically. The entourage effect, if you will. When we're eating a mushroom, we're getting more than just the synthetic psilocybin molecule. Second, whole mushrooms are what are actually being used in the real world, whether in our Oregon and Colorado's regulated programs or elsewhere. This study finally brings the research in line with reality. SRI is screening qualified candidates this month. But Dr. Sue Sisley tells us her real goal is to qualify for phase 2 and eventually provide access under the right to try laws for people with life-threatening illnesses. I love that. I don't think of it. I mean, I don't really ever go around telling everyone, you're getting in 4 grams of psilocybin. I don't really talk like that. But we don't differentiate, and we don't talk about the entourage effect either. We don't. The entourage effect is really where I'm pretty sure I'm getting my microdose work. Those are my vitamins. How many molecules of actual psilocybin is in a 200 milligram microdose at the end of the day? Not that much. I'm not taking 200 milligrams of psilocybin. I'm getting a lot of the ancillary effects. Give me 5 people that are like, oh, that's cool. I don't think let's reframe it. And you know what I like the most is they're right. In the real world, we're not sitting around taking pure psilocybin and filling out surveys. We're eating the shroom. Right? So why haven't they been testing the shroom? It's a little harder to control because how do they know how much psilocybin's in each shroom? But so at this point all they can really do is weigh them, etc. But I get it. Yeah, it's a control thing, but I get it. Some good articles this morning. Another really good one lined up for tomorrow morning. Incredibly educational. We're going to really enjoy it. What are some of the places we go to when life is good? See, right now, life doesn't sound great outside. Watching the news, seeing people's finances, having as many of I'm sure a lot of your friends are reaching out to you guys. It's like, how can I tell some people I just don't have it? I'm close to you in your situation, and yet you want to. It's mind-boggling if we let it. So this week I don't want to focus on it. This week I want to take my brain to another place. I want to talk about joy, and I want to talk about happiness. I think we can still experience those even in these times of trouble. Joy and happiness. We try to bring happiness here. Yesterday would have been a happy day if I didn't have a headache because we would have done the jokes. We got to be happier. You can't focus on the negativity that is so apparent. I read this one to you guys once before, maybe within the last year, but there's new people here, and I'd like them to hear this story. If it sounds familiar, it's because I've read it to you once before. And I wish you joy and happiness. But above all of this, I wish you love. Does that remind you of any song? And I wish you joy and happiness. I can't sing it. That's a Whitney Houston, isn't it, you guys? One of the most beautiful songs. I get goosebumps hearing that song. I want to play it, but I think it's got a copyright on it. It was written by Dolly Parton. And I will always love you. I love that song. Go listen to it today when you get a chance. Either one, either version. Listen to them both. I did this morning. I listened to both Dolly sing it, and I listened to Whitney sing it. Boy, do those ladies sing. And it's such a beautiful song with so many nice words in it. And I wish you joy and happiness, but above all of this, I wish you love. Dolly Parton. When I hear that line, I immediately think of Dolly Parton, and I immediately feel Whitney Houston. I love me some Dolly. I had the greatest pleasure of talking to Dolly on the Unlocking Us podcast. She was incredible. Can you believe she wrote, I Will Always Love You, and Jolene in the same day? Really? Really? In Dolly's gorgeous book, Songteller, she tells the story of Kevin Costner's office calling about using the I Will Always Love You in a movie. Dolly had worked with the person who was doing the music for the film, liked him, and she said yes. She writes in her book. But that was the last I'd heard of it. Then one day I was driving my Cadillac back home to Brentwood from my office. I had the radio on, and all of a sudden I heard the spoken voice say, if I should stay. It caught my ear, but I didn't recognize it. Then when it went into music, I thought I was going to have a wreck my car. I have never had such an overwhelming feeling. I had to pull off to the side of the road because it just got bigger and bigger and better and better. I have never experienced a greater feeling in my life than hearing Whitney Houston sing that song for the first time. She says yes, doesn't think about it. Driving down the road months later, and all of a sudden it's coming across her radio, the song that she wrote, and it's being sung by Whitney Houston. And she recognizes it, and the greatest voice in the world is singing it at her. And she's just going, that's my song. Oh my God, look how they're doing. Oh my God, that's... Almost crashed her car and had to pull over and continue the experience. That's so cute. I don't think there's a better wish for someone you can care about than joy and happiness and love. Even in 1973, Dolly clearly knew that joy and happiness are two separate emotions. We need both, but how we experience them and how they affect us are different. Joy is sudden. It's unexpected. It's short-lasting and high intensity. Would you say that Dolly was experiencing joy? Unexpected. Sudden. Last as long as though she had to pull over and listen to the song. High intensity. Dolly was experiencing joy right there. It's characterized by a connection with others. You rarely sit around the house and experience joy by yourself. Unless you're Jesus Christ. Separate subject. And we're talking about Jesus Christ in Australia. It's characterized by connection with others, or with God, or nature, or the universe. You usually have to be out doing something. You gotta be taking the walk. Joy. Seeing the biggest fish you've caught on the end of your line, just as it's surfacing. Oh my gosh! Amazing! Happiness is stable. It's longer lasting. And it's normally the result of effort. It's lower in intensity than joy, and more self-focused. With happiness, we feel a sense of being in control. Unlike joy, which is more internal, happiness seems more external and circumstantial. I might argue that she experienced bliss and joy, and after the song was over and she put the car back in drive and drove away, she could bathe in some happiness. After all, she did put in some effort, didn't she? After all, she did write the song. In The Gifts of Imperfection, I quote Anne Robertson, a theologian and writer, on the difference between joy and happiness. She explains that the Greek word for happiness is makairos, which was used to describe the freedom of the rich from normal cares and worries, or to describe a person who had received some form of good fortune, such as money or health. Robertson compares this to the Greek word for joy, which is kairo. Kairo was described by the ancient Greeks as the culmination of being and the good mood of the soul. Robertson writes, kairo is something the intelligent Greeks told us that is found only in God and comes with virtue and wisdom. That's where your joy comes from, according to the ancient Greek. It isn't a beginner's virtue. It comes as the culmination. They say its opposite is not sadness, but fear. Joy versus fear. When you're completely connected and you're reaching a crescendo, a culmination, that's a joy path. It's connected to the soul. Happiness is more external, and the forces that make us content from outside. Further describing joy just a little bit. I love thinking of joy as the good mood of the soul. There is definitely something soulful about joy. Based on our research, I define joy as an intense feeling of deep spiritual connection, pleasure, and appreciation. I'm just so grateful. I'm so satisfied. I have so much appreciation. Researcher Matthew Kwan Johnson explains that people find experiences of joy difficult to articulate. He hypothesizes that the very nature of joy pushes the boundaries of our ability to communicate about it in lived experiences via spoken language. You almost can't explain it. It's an emotion that we experience that's inexplicable. And it's very personal. It's very subjective. The same combinations that make me experience joy may not for others. But that's because we have different souls. Johnson shares that while experiencing joy, we don't lose ourselves. We become more truly ourselves. You don't get lost in joy. You become more truly you. He suggests that with joy, now this is neurological, that with joy, colors seem brighter. Physical movements feel free and easier. And smiling happens involuntarily. Boop. Some researchers even describe spontaneous weeping as part of the overwhelming experience of joy. For me personally, one of the greatest lessons I've learned from 2 decades of research has been understanding the relationship between joy and gratitude. Researchers describe the relationship as an intriguing upward spiral. I also love this term. It's a great antidote to the downward spirals that we always hear about and unfortunately sometimes experience. Right now, our culture, our country, downward spiral. I choose an upward spiral right now. I'm going to choose joy and happiness. I'm going to choose them. I'm going to spiral up right now. How do you do it, Pops? By not thinking about myself. And the minute I stop thinking about myself, I start growing inside. I experience joy in giving. I experience joy in helping. This is uncontrollable happiness. Not even happiness. It's this uncontrollable inside feeling of like, I did that. The intriguing spiral goes like this, upward spiral. Trait gratitude predicts future experiences of the in-moment joy. The more grateful we are, the more apt we are to experience joy. When we're feeling an internal gratitude, it's easier to see joy. Things will make you more joyful. If you're walking around with this internal gratitude, and it's a trait, and it's becoming part of your personality now, because you're practicing it. You're also telling your body, I'm more open for joy. When I'm filled with gratitude, it's hard to feel depressed. It's hard to put me down. It's hard for me to take anybody personally. You're like, but because I'm internally full. And I'm filled with gratitude. And I can be grateful about so many things. I'm grateful about Tea Crew for today. I'm grateful I can be here. I'm grateful I don't have a headache. I'm grateful for everything that the universe has given me. I mean, my gratitude list, I could go on and on and on. I'm grateful for the best dog in the world. I'm grateful for beautiful friends. I'm grateful for the ability to read and comprehend. I mean, my gratitude list can go on and on and on, but we don't really do it. We sit around and carp. It's more convenient to talk about damn them for killing the SNAP program. That's not creating gratitude for me. I'm grateful I have food. I'm grateful I can be involved in a community center that's growing it and giving it away. When we sit around and we carp, and we sit around and we blame, and we sit around and point fingers, and we sit around and complain, that's not gratitude. And we're not going to experience joy at the end of it. Give me 5 people that get that. Give me 5 people, just 5. Man, if I filled myself up with more gratitude, that's a joyful path in and of itself. That's where we need to be today. But instead we're doing blue hates red and D's and I's and R's and it's their fault and we're right and it's because and look at him and I can't, oh my God, look at these memes. Look at these memes that are out there. Look at these AI videos that are going on nowadays. They're filled with nothing but nastiness. And I don't even mean sexual, I just mean it's just mean. Where's the last grateful meme I saw? Where's the last AI that just was about gratitude? We need to talk about that more. We need to practice it. You have a lot to be grateful for, no matter what your situation is today. I'm telling you now. I tell my friends that are coming to me, I say, don't forget what you're grateful for, because all I'm hearing is how terrible everything is. It's not. Try living in a different country. Try being in a tribe in Africa. I'm not saying you got it made. You don't. But I'm saying your gratitude is missing. Develop gratitude. We will be surprised on the planet Earth. There is an energy. I can't explain it. I used to call it God. I don't anymore. It's just an unexplainable energy. I don't know what it is. That's not karma either. Karma is completely misunderstood. I know this for a fact because it has empirically worked for me. When we are living with an attitude of gratitude, things come to us that we didn't expect. Remember I said we don't expect them. Don't expect them. Stuff will fall out of the sky on our heads. I'm not being one of those name it and claim it preachers that we have in religion. If you will just ask for a car often enough, somebody's going to park a brand new Cadillac in your driveway. Now, since you believe me, put a $10 in the box for me. So I could go have a gold faucet at my house. And that $10 you just gave, I know that was your last $10. Sorry about that. That's not the guy I am. That's not what I'm preaching. It's not that kind. It's sincere, honest gratitude. And usually the gratitude should come from things you've done. Not just the things you are or have, but the things you've done. You can look at it and go, man, I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to do that. Gratitude is our path to joy. Back to Dolly in the car. She gratefully gave that song. She didn't even ask for a penny. She gave it. Never had an expectation. Who knows whatever will happen with it? I don't know. Never thought about it again. Just kept doing her thing. All of a sudden, out of the sky, the universe dropped one of the largest joy experiences she'd ever had. But she set it up. Do you get it? She set it up. And I'm sure the people that she gave the things to, that song to, were grateful. Out of this gratitude came great joy. Enough said. When Pop starts raising his voice, you know he's all passionate and everything. It's tough out there right now. But that isn't where we need to focus. We need to focus on what good we can do. What good can we do? And then when we've done it, go ahead and take an internal bow and say, you did the right thing. Man, I'm setting myself up for joy and happiness right now because of an act of love. We'll talk about, today was joy, we'll talk about happiness tomorrow. Give me 5 people that like the topic. It's timely. I didn't come here and complain today. I didn't come here and complain this morning. I came here to lift us up. It's rough out there, but we don't have it the worst. Fill yourself with joy. Fill yourself with gratitude. Joy is going to come. You don't know what else. If you're seeding the universe, it means there will be a harvest. It means there will be a harvest. As long as you're seeding and watering and fertilizing, there will be a harvest. You don't know what it is yet. My experience has been the harvests are more bountiful than I could have ever imagined. Than I could ever have imagined. So I just keep seeding because I know it works. I keep watering, I keep fertilizing. I keep trying to, right now, I don't have a lot of money to hand out anymore. I've helped a lot of people. I have Shrooms. They'll make a difference. Somebody may take one and go, I gotta help. Fills me up. Overflows me. I get to experience joy. You guys go have a beautiful day. Jesus Christ wants us to talk about Pamela Anderson tomorrow now. Jesus Christ, in Australia. We're all over here getting spiritual and talking about stuff, and all you want... Jesus Christ. Funny man. We need comic relief. Okay? Yeah, we're all over here. Oh, Jesus Christ. He knows it too. He's like, and I know he comes here, he hears what we're saying. Trust me, in between his little situations, he knows what we're talking about. I bet you he practices way more than we think. Okay? Otherwise, if he's just coming back for the audience, well, maybe. Go have a wonderful day, you guys. Okay? And rather than think about women's breasts, Jesus Christ, think about there's somebody in your neighborhood, maybe not as well endowed, that you can bring some happiness to. Okay? Oh, gosh darn it. Catzilla's like, Pam. Yeah, Pam had her time, didn't she? Pam was like, yeah, I get it. Okay. We gotta keep laughing. Okay? Oh, let's go watch Baywatch together. Stop it. What was with those red outfits running up and down the beach? Get out of here. Okay? Oh, get out. Get out. And go and have a wonderful day. Mama God, what's your question, real quick? What's your question? See if I have time to answer it. I'm supposed to be out of here. Mama Good, what do you want to know? Seriously. I've never seen your name here before. Okay? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come back tomorrow and ask your question, okay? If there's a question, you come back tomorrow. Or you can email me. The Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Thank you, guys. I'm scrolling out of here before I read another comment from Jesus Christ. Okay? I just can't do it. All right. Jesus Christ in Australia. Glassic and Must Love and Justin and Anthony Hunt and Billy D and Shroom Digger and Jesus Christ is laughing at himself. Herbie Von Werby Kebab, Jesus and Billy D and Cleany and Mark Z. Congratulations on your anniversary. Derek Anderson, Green Killer, The Exception, The Master Beef, Derek Anderson, Sammy P, Summer Wheat. Grateful for all of us. I'm grateful for her and her daughters. Cleany, you get it, don't you? Jesus Christ. Nersey and Catzilla and Shroom Digger and Lynette and Clean Grow and Sammy P. Zozo LSD, Must Love, Brian C. Jesus. Herbie's watching Babe Watch. Mark Z, Mama Good, Trenty Trenterson, J.W. Owen, Green Killer, Jesus Christ, Mama Good, thank you, Cyber Jolie, Kimberly Bolden, Cleany, Derek Anderson, Calico Meow Kitty, Hags. I cannot wait to see Snap Hags. Coming up to see him, going down there to see him in about 2 weeks. Viva, Pidgey Page, Marky, Corey D, Jesus Christ, Justin Flower, Mellow, Vaggie, have a wonderful day, Doll, Catzilla, Dawn, Herbie, Exception, Derek Anderson, Anthony Hunt, Mr. Phillips, Must Love, and Exception saying, have a beautiful day, my friends. Glad she was able to catch the end. B. Hendricks, Michael Patterson, Sean T., Justin LaFlower, Pops, Peace, Love, practice kindness, fill yourself with gratitude, experience joy. See you guys tomorrow.